Generic greetings and welcome back once again to the Last Starship. Today's beverages: an adequately carbonated and nicely chilled Professor Pep, which is naturally a supermarket owned brand legally distinct to Dr. Pepper. Either way, welcome back to the Last Starship, where previously we were once again working on the Stargate project, because that's something we do pretty much every episode. Specifically, we were working on the charged crystals, more on that in a moment, and we were getting our fleet together with a bit more combat prowess, and we now have the DRX Halcyon Delta here, and well, it's a big vessel. It's probably the biggest we've got aside from the Foundry. Understand, although this is not really a vessel, it's just a big block with some manufacturing on site. Either way, we're going to do a couple of things. We're going to crack on and get this ready for combat. You can see we are out of bullets, railgun slugs, and cannon shells. Let's just go over to defense here, and we're going to go for bullets, and I'm going to say by below, let's go below, maybe 30, and then railgun slugs will say the same thing, and then cannon shells will do the same thing as well. And what we'll do is we'll jump them around. Why is that not in the auto trade? 1, 2, 3, yeah, 3 are all in the auto trade here, that's fine. So we'll jump around and we'll get all this ready to go, because you can see there's a lot of areas that require shells. We also need some more weapon officers as well, because this thing requires 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weapon officers, and I think we only have 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. Yeah, okay. Let's have a quick jump around, shall we? So over to this colony here, we're going to prepare the jump. And what we also want to do is, well, we want to start producing some more things, specifically the crystals. So the charged crystals, you need empty crystals, which we are working on here. After that, we also need, I believe it's Xelion energy cells. Actually, let's just go to research here, and I'm just going to go for hydroponics because, well, as I said, I'm trying to unlock everything in there. So over to recipes, and we want to go for the charged crystals. We need empty crystals, which we've got. They're just easy to produce. It's just 2 sets of it's ingots and precious metals, which is fine. We need Xelion energy cells, which requires shielded Xelion, if I remember rightly, yes, and energy cell frames. The energy cell frames, again, we can easily make. So I'm going to go with these here, and I'm going to go with energy cell frames, and what we'll do is just go for storage, and then have a look around, and then energy cell frames, and then we'll put all of that there. After that, we need the shielded Xelion. Shielded Xelion requires a shielded canister. Again, if this is memory serves, which requires precious metals, which, hang on. Yes, that is correct, which is in a fabricator. Okay, that actually gives me a bit of an idea. So I'm going to take the gas collector here. I'm going to go over to trading and some, where is it? Some industry. And I'm going to pick up some fabricators and confirm that, as well as, let's see, logistics. Is there going to be a box? There is a storage crate. Perfect. And then we will install the fabricators. We'll put one in here and here. That should be fine. And then the storage crate, which is absolutely massive, but it can go just in this corner here, because what I want to do is I want to have this, instead of having to ship everything over to and from the Foundry, because this thing here can make shielded Xelion, but it requires the shielded canisters. So if we go to canisters, shielded canisters, shielded canisters, if we go to the cabling, we can connect that up. This thing can then go to precious metals and prioritize the crate, and I want to send over 70 from the Foundry. So I'm going to bring this over to the Foundry. We're going to go to logistics from the Foundry. There we go. And I want to bring over to the gas collector, if I can find it, the precious metals. So we're going to go for a total of 70, like so. And then everything should be shipped over. If we just wait, we can see that stuff is being brought over. And then what's going to happen now is a lot of things, actually. So the fabricators are going to produce the shielded canisters. The shielded canisters are then going to be taken to the chemical lab. The chemical lab is then going to produce these shielded canisters. So So that's fine. So we don't have to ship everything back and forward. You know, that's what's happened there. So all good, all good. Let me go to ready to jump, and then there's still a bit of trade incoming. 1 second, and then jump. I'm jumping between the areas just so we can get the trading done. 1, 2, 3, 4 weapons officers. So we're gonna go crew and 1, 2 weapons officers. Let me get some more crew as well and all the spacesuits, and we'll confirm that. Obviously, this is going to cost us money to do this, but obviously we are getting things going. I think I'm probably going to maybe go to auto trade, and I'm going to change these to maybe that. Yeah, there we go. So a bit more firepower, and all of these should be loaded. And what I'll do is I'm going to then jump to a couple of hostile areas just to see what it is like. However, the gas collector, we can see, is now producing all of these shielded Xelion, which is great. So we can go to logistics and the gas collector and the shielded Xelion. If we check, actually, I'm going to move that to there, and then the shielded Xelion can go to the foundry, because the foundry can then start to produce some Xelion energy cells, because they require shielded Xelion and energy cell frames. After that, they will then go over to the laser infuser, which means they'll then actually make the crystals, which means start a project and money. However, gas collector is doing its bit and doing it well, but you can see is out of the Xelion. So the gas collectors are obviously not on because we're not in a gas cloud. The huge tank is empty. That's where we've got the Sneezington gas. That's then produced through the refinery and then made from Xelion gas to stable Xelion. And well, with that, that's all okay. Can these guys not transfer the rest of it? Are they still waiting for that to happen? Oh yeah, it's still working. You see, it's actually maxed out. It's just taking a while to do that. Is it because we've only got the one drone bay? It might be. Let's go for drone bay. We'll confirm that. We'll then install the drone bay on the other side, like so. We'll go for the cabling, and there we go. So that should hopefully make a little bit better. And then we have more people as well. So that's going to help out. And then what we're going to do 2 things. Firstly, we're going to send this over. In fact, we'll prepare the jump now. We're going to prepare the gas collector for a jump because I want to collect some more Xelion. And then we will, do a bit of fighting as well, just to see what the effectiveness of the DRX Halcyon Delta is. So we'll jump through the Stargate. I don't know if any of the logistics was completed. Let's see. Nope, can't look at it through here. Fine. Right, so the Halcyon Delta, it is, I think, fairly okay. There's the tactical mode. Let's send it over to this area here. We're going to prepare the jump, and naturally we will battle stations this thing. So I'm just going to have a look around to see if everything's all good. Now, obviously, a lot of this is all set up automatically. The only thing I had to select on this entire thing, when we just bought it, the only thing I had to select was, I believe it was the oxygen loader, and that was about it. The rest of it was all okay. So all of these storage crates have all been set up and prioritized and everything else. So that's all right. Anyway, gas collector will go to, well, interestingly, we can probably go to SG-35. I'm just going to double check here. Why is there a drone deployed? Why is the drone deployed? I'm not too sure on that one. How strange. Anyway, yes, we're going to go over to this new area. It's new to me anyway, because normally we were in HG30. However, that's really good gas cloud, but it's also got lots and lots of meteor. It's got meteor showers basically, whereas this thing is, oh, we are right inside it here. Brilliant. So it is collecting gas at a rate of 7.4 Xelion gas. If I just go to here and then bring it maybe close into the center, I'm just looking for where it's like the sort of lightest patch. And see if it goes up. So it's 7.789. Yeah, it is going up as we go further into the field. That's fine. Ideally, I would like to fill up the huge tank. That would be the overall goal, but we'll see how we get on. While it's doing that, I will go to the Halcyon Delta, and we will jump. So this is the first test of its combat effectiveness. Let's hope it doesn't explode, because this thing cost me about 10 million. So we have 2 enemy ships. We've got the miner as well as a predator. Now, I don't think, truth be told, we should have too much of a problem against these things, but let's see. I'm just going to remind myself of the layout of this thing. It's got forward rail guns with a couple of port and starboard Gatling guns and cannons as well. So the side shots, the side shots there's actually some railgun shots, but we are spinning around, and the railgun shots of they've hit pretty well. We're going to bring this thing past it straight away. I'm going to keep my speed at a maximum, because as soon as it goes past, it is going to get absolutely hammered by the cannons. There you go, and you can see the point defenses are doing brilliant. I'm just going to head straight towards the predator here. This thing obviously will put it in its rear arc, but that's not really too much of a concern because, well, it just isn't. It just isn't a concern because of the it's a minor. So that's fine. Forward cannons, railgun shots, should I say, are pretty good. I already can tell I want more railguns. We're just going to pause it for a moment while we check the power grid, and I can see that we are probably in a negative. I think we are in a negative for power. However, the battery storage is fine. And bear in mind that this is all of our shots here. Let me just spin this around because the cannons are just going to absolutely broadside this thing, and then we've got brilliant. We've got the point defense as well. These are the Gatling guns. One of them is blown up. That is the miner, I believe. And then this is going to spin around once again, and once you get the cannons. How we're doing for damage on that thing? It's 50% damage. There's the cannon volleys. Oh yeah. Obviously, I'm not targeting anything specific here. It's just doing its own thing. And well, truth be told, that thing is going down, isn't it? So I'm just going to make sure that we keep in its arc. There's the point defense that is absolutely ripping through its hull. There's already armor gone anywhere, and then we'll turn off the battle stations, and there you go. So that's increased our combat rating. Now it hasn't given us money because that wasn't a mission, but there we go, that's now done. Let's go back over to our gas collector, and I can see that we have taken some hits, but nothing major. These lightning rods are charged up, and they are connected to the grid, by the way. If we go to cables, we can see that. More power would be good here. I always think of like edge case scenarios for certain things, and one of the things in the game that I don't know if it's possible, I would very much like a way to hook up ships, specifically like a gas hookup and energy hookups, so like basically a plug or a pipe, and it means things like this can then tank off resources. So you can have a fuel tank, you can have a gas collector, whatever, and then you tank it off. That would be brilliant. But also it would be nice to, say for example, make a ship that is completely full of lightning rods and just loads of batteries, and you go to an area and you basically just harvest the lightning and then go back somewhere else, and you basically are a big battery. You're a big battery ship. I mean, that's what the power pack is, you understand. That's keeping the Stargate going. But anyway, yeah, that was all good. We are put on. Are we on for gather materials, and salvage? We are. However, I don't think this has a drone bay. Does it not? Does it not have a drone? It doesn't have a drone bay. Interesting. I would have thought it would have. No, it does have drone. No, they're hyperspace sensors. It doesn't have a drone bay. It really doesn't. How curious. Let me head back then. We'll take the Astral Temptress. That's our default every ship. If there's something to do, then we bring this over, and then you can see immediately this is launching the drones there. So I'll Halcyon Delta. I will jump back, and I am going to put a drone bay on this because it's always useful to have one. But immediately I can tell that, hostiles inbound. So we are going to get some hostiles for the Astral Temptress. So this place is always going to have some sort of hostile. Let me go to this shipyard. The reason I'm jumping it far away is because the further this jumps, the better. So I'm going to align it, and then I'm going to abort the jump because I want the drones to crack on with their tasks. Let me just go actually to here because it's closer to the wreckage. So I don't know what I'm picking up. It's just whatever I can get. I can just go for it. And I'm just waiting for the the hostiles. Double checking over here, I can see that the huge tank is good. It's almost full of the stable Xelion, and then we'll fill up the other huge tank with the non-stable Xelion. Astral Temptress, we can see that there are going to be some hostiles jumping in. Now this thing isn't armored and it's not armed other than it's actually got a couple of cannons and mining lasers, but that's not going to cut it. You can see there we're picking up lots of resources, which is good. So I'm going to see what happens. The pirate has jumped in, but it is quite far away. So I think I'll get... whoa! Why is this... What's happening? Oh, yeah, okay, because I was selected on other pirates, so they are actually spinning around to come to us. I'm picking up... Ironically, the drones are picking up their own kind. They're getting the drones. I mean, the thing is, with this Praxis Pirate, I could just bring back the Halcyon Delta and protect it. I think that's actually exactly what I'll do. So we're going to spin around, and then we'll bring this thing in. Yeah, and then what we'll do, we're going to have a look at some of the contracts. We'll do some contracts there. And then I'll give myself a little bit of a break by checking out the foundry. Let's just double check the gas collector once again. So we can see that the huge tank is almost full. That's the one with stable Xelion, and the non-stable Xelion is there. Let's go for the Halcyon Delta. We want to go combat ready, and then we want to go tactical, and then, yeah, deal with this, please, while we still get some salvage. There's no point in... doing anything with this yet. This thing is obviously coming towards us. Actually, I will try and run away. And whoa, look at that! I don't know if you saw, there was an initial opening volley from the Halcyon Delta, and it's basically made the Praxis Pirates spring a leak, and they are now turning around. I will pause it for a moment, go to tactical, and all of the railguns I will select, and I will tell them to target the engines, because I don't want it running away. So it is targeted there. Let's just keep in arc. And even though this thing is fully armed and armoured and everything else, it is still exceptionally fast. So that's good. Let me just come about here, and we'll give it a good old side shot, which is going to be from pretty much yeah, it's death, isn't it? Yes. And then there's hostiles destroyed. Okay, so back to the Temptress, and then we'll head back there. I didn't pick up I didn't pick up a drone bay for this, did I? No, I didn't. How is this doing? It's doing quite well. Okay, foundry then. So the foundry, we can see that we're doing well. We've got all of these crystals. I will sell all of the crystals. I'll go back to research. We'll go for some atmospheric processing, not that we need it, and back over to the Halcyon Delta. So we will pick up the remaining wreckage here, which should be done in a second. It's got a weird pattern on the outside here. It's just because of the way I've set it up, but I think that is about it. Okay, so this guy, I'll say then, FTL, no destination, let's go here, prepare the jump, both will prepare, and then we'll jump back. Hostiles inbound, I cannot, because we're coming back. Okay. We will then go to trading and drone bay. I'm going to pick up 2 drone bays and all of the drones. We will install the drone bays. I would have, like, say, thought this had drone bays, but it doesn't look like. So I'm going to put the drone bays in. I mean, I can place it wherever, really, but there and there seems fine. We're going to go to cables and connect this up, and there we go. Yeah, this, like I said, was something that we bought. To make this would take many an hour, and I wouldn't be able to come even close to something as good as this. But yeah, people seem to be fairly happy with the decision to buy it, so I'm happy with that. That's good. Right, how we're doing for weapons? I think more cannon shells is needed. I'm just going to go for that, and then we'll confirm all of these. And we should be able to buy it, or it'll buy out everything it possibly can. So what we'll do is we'll just jump around, prepare the jump, both of these ships, like so, and then we'll jump. And obviously jumping around the Astral Tempest works out for us as well, because it means that we can get the hyperspace isotopes to produce these stable isotopes, which I don't know if we actually need, but we shall see. We've also got processors as well. I'm trying not to think about the processes, because if we go to the foundry, and obviously we are producing these, well, the charged crystals, the next thing we have to produce is warp alignment computers, which require nibidiums, which capacitors, which we can make, but that's it's a huge task just for the capacitors alone. The Stargate receivers is not too bad. The quantum computers are, well, yeah. There's so much to deal with there. How we're doing for the gas collector. Gas collector is almost full, actually, so that's good. Right, the Halcyon Delta. Let's see then. I'm going to go to contracts and neutralize pirate gang. And there's a small fleet of hostile ships operating illegally in nearby star system, harassing trade and humanitarian ships for too long. Combat vessel required. Difficulty rating of 5. Have at least a combat rating of 3. So the difficulty rating is naturally how difficult the fight is, but I don't know. It could be 5, it could be 50. Like, I don't have any bearing. Like, does that mean 5 ships? I don't think so, because I don't know what our overall difficult. I don't know what our overall combat rating is. Actually, that's a lie. I do know the combat rating. It's at least 3. Combat rating is like your experience in combat. We can see it up here if we go to ratings. Our combat is actually rank 3, and that's based on how much combat you do. But anyway, let's go to FTL, and it's just this ship here, and the combat is here in NG-13. Gas collector, I can see, is completely full, so we will bring that back to the shipyard. So I'm pretty happy with this thing. I'm going to FTL and prepare the jump. I'm going to Halcyon Delta and engage the jump, and we're going to go for... Oh, I didn't repair the bit of damage there. That's a bit of a shame, but okay. Battle stations. One enemy ship is... Don't say it's that. The Dragonfly A. It really is. So we know that a difficulty rating of 5, you get a Dragonfly, which, to be fair, this is actually a really powerful ship. It's got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20... cannons on it. That's obviously more than my ship. The advantage we have is... Oh, it's armoured as well. It is armoured. Okay. Well, I will set speed to maximum because I want to engage. I want to have as much, as much as I possibly can in terms of the evasion chance. Obviously, this is coming in. We've got rail guns, and we've caused a bit of damage. This thing, I think, is going to fly past. There's its initial volley to me, which has caused 10% damage already. Wow. And 24 damage, 26 damage. I'm getting out of here. I am going to have to jump. Prepare the jump. Wow. Ah, wait, actually, it's just past me now. And it's only taken 4% damage. That thing is ridiculous. That Dragonfly is really, really good. What I want to do... I've got so much damage on the railguns. But I want to target its engines. I want to get that thing... I want to... So it can't, you know, turn around, essentially. It's coming back around. I don't like this. Here we go. I'm on 24% damage. 63% damage. Wow. I have to jump. I would not have thought that. Oh. Well then. Apparently, as big and as awesome looking as that ship is, it is no match for the Dragonfly. I mean, it stands to reason that that thing would be powerful with 20 cannons. But I would have thought we'd survive longer than that. I thought with the initial hit, we'll be alright. 24, I thought 20% damage. We can take another volley at that, another go at that. The DRX Halcyon Delta. 10 million's worth of ship has been destroyed. Well, we know something. Don't mess with the Dragonfly. And also, Difficulty rating of 5 is exceptionally difficult. How would you counter that other than just having the same again? I mean, obviously we're only one ship, yes, but I mean, if we took the Procyon cruiser into there, it would not last much longer. Wow. Well, that has changed things because we no longer have any real way of getting another ship. We've got 2 million, you know, got that going for us, which is nice. But we've lost the other ship. And there's a combat there. Locate and engage hostile forces. Correct. But there's no way I can complete it without getting another ship. Radiation poisoning. These guys are radiated. Why are they not putting their suits on? And why is the crew just sitting about next to this? Why would they do that? They didn't put the suits on, and which they normally do, and then not only that, they're knowingly standing next to a radiation source. That feels like it's a them problem. Right. Okay. Gonna have to pick myself up here. Let's see then. We're going to have to make money. The only real way of doing it is going for the Stargate program and then some transports and such. CO2 warning on the gas collector. CO2 scrubber. CO2 tank. Well, sorry to say, but the quickest way of doing this is removing the tank and then installing the tank. And then that fixes it. Atmospheric processing is completed. After that, reactor efficiency, because I can repeat it. So the foundry. We will continue on. So we're making the Xelion energy cells from the energy cell frames and the shielded Xelion. The shielded Xelion is coming from the gas collector. Like that. So it's just a case of set it going. Let it do its thing. Okay. Well, there are no more main missions to do. And the other contracts are, well, put it this way, neutralize pirate gang. Even if we did that 100 times, no, if we did it 10 times, 100 times would be more than enough. If we did it 10 times, it still wouldn't have paid for the ship that we lost in the first fight. Okay. I might have to copy that Dragonfly and just make a Claymore, is what a Claymore ship, which is, you know, front towards enemy type of vessel. Passenger transports are really good. Rescue civilian ships are really good, and you know these are all not. So hang on there. Neutralized pirate gang is difficulty rating of 5, but the armored thugs is difficulty rating of 4, but pays almost twice as much. I think I've been cheated here. Okay, let's just finish off with the. Yeah, with the crystals. I don't think I need any more. I'm going to stop producing crystals there. And then I'll sell the rest of them. How are we doing for the gas collector? It's doing well. So, you can see we've already went through half the Xelion gas tank. We're making shielded Xelion. The Astral Temptress. It's just Radioing home. The 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 the, the other ship exploded. It turned inside out and exploded. What? You mean the really expensive combat vessel, the best in class, the best in fleet? Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. How did it explode? Well, this ship about about a tenth of the size just looked at it. Um, good grief. Oh wow, we've almost finished making all of these crystals. What I'll do, I'll continue on with I'll basically sell all of these crystals. I'll go through all of these crystals here. Logistics, gas collector, send over all of the shielded Zelion. Definitely putting the fabricators on this vessel and the precious metals was the way to go. It's a tiny little change like that. Just has made it so it's a lot easier for us in terms of the production. Just yeah, helps us out a bit. So we are probably halfway used. No, we're probably 2/3 of the way from using these crystals, which is good. We need to use them all up, really. Get them out of the cargo bay. Can't believe one person just standing in the radiation zone. I'm going to disable this. Send over the Xenion. And disable that as well. Don't need any more of these energy cell frames. Because I think that'll be all them produced. I think that's about right. So, we'll go for more reactor efficiency. And then finally, we'll sell the charge crystals. So, we have managed to get all of the charge crystals sold. That means we are halfway, phase 9 to phase 10. Next episode, warp alignment computers. We need Nibidium. How many do we need? Was it 100 or 150? Or I hope it's just 10. It's 100. So I need 100 Nibidium capacitors, 100 Stargate receivers, and 100 quantum compute grids. The former two, the Nibidium capacitors and the receivers, we have made before, which should be fine. I just need to work out what the deal is there. I might get a couple of crates, actually, and make sure we can fill up 2 crates, because each crate carries 70, I think. And I think you can put anything in it. Yeah. Each of these is 70. So if I get a couple of crates, and then if I fill up those crates, I know that we're done. Yeah, so I'll need Nibidium capacitors, which is Stargate capacitors, which is stable isotopes and actuators, and it's just a huge task. It's a lot of. It's not difficult. It's just a lot of legwork. Okay, we are going to leave there for now. That has been a bit of the Last Starship. Oh, I was going to say bittersweet, but not really. It's just bitter. Because we've lost the ship that we spent so much money on, and I wouldn't say time because we just bought it, but we did obviously have to crew it. So that it was like 10 million for the ship, and I would say maybe another 1 million for the crew because the weapons officers, you know, they're expensive to hire. And then obviously we had to fuel it up and, you know, food and water and oxygen and all of the ammo and stuff. We're probably 12 million into that ship, and it couldn't even. It could take out the hostiles in NG8 and can't even manage the combat here. Whether or not that is pilot error, well, I'm sure you'll let me know. Let me know what you think in the comments, but next episode we will crack on. We'll start working on the warp alignment computer. I think what is best is, as I said, we look at how many we need. So, yeah. I think we'll look at how many we need and we just sequentially go through it. I'll get some boxes. I'll start chewing through it and make sure we have the right amount. Yeah. That's probably the way forward, because then when the boxes are full, I know I don't have to worry about it. I can just make one thing, set everything to go, one thing, make all that. Once the boxes are full, work on the next one. That's the plan. I also need another combat vessel now, which means either starting again from scratch, fabricate a ship from scratch, or we'll have another look around. Let me know what you think in the comments. Hope you have enjoyed it. Thanks so much for watching. Take care. And generic partings. Oh dear.